He lost 9 years of his life because his own daughter took $15,000 from his
This can't be
bag,
happening!
and she didn't
so
even
sorry,
know
Dad.
it until it was too late.
Why?
Luna grew up in a house where silence replaced laughter and unpaid bills replaced dinner. Her mother was
I'm so
dying
glad you're
slowly
here,
from a
Luna.
chronic illness
I
that
love you,
drained
Mom.
not
I'll
just her
always be
body,
here.
but every dollar her family had. Hospital letters arrived daily, each one more threatening than the last. Luna's father worked non-stop, barely sleeping, barely eating, chasing overtime like it was oxygen. He missed birthdays, school events, even his wife's final lucid moments. Luna watched all this as a teenager, scared, hungry, and desperate. Education was the only thing she believed could save her. When the school sent a final eviction notice for unpaid fees, Luna panicked. She had 3 days or she was out. No mercy, no extensions, just gone. The night she opened her father's luggage, she didn't feel like a thief. She felt like a survivor. Inside the bag was neatly stacked cash, $15,000, more money than she had ever seen in one place. Her hands shook. She told herself she would explain later. She told herself her father would understand. She told herself school mattered more than anything. So she took the money, paid the fees the
Here
next
are the
morning,
fees.
and went to
Thank you.
class
Here's
pretending
your receipt.
everything was fine.
Thank you.
That evening, her father came home quieter than usual. When he noticed the missing money, his face changed. He didn't yell at first. He just sat down, asked one question, and listened. When Luna admitted it, he
What have you
finally
done, Luna?
exploded.
I
Not
didn't
out
mean
of
for this to
hatred,
happen.
but fear.
Excuses!
That
Look at
money
me!
wasn't his. It was entrusted to him for a company project he was assigned to anchor. 3 days later, Luna's father didn't come home. No call, no message, no explanation. At first, she thought he was angry and needed space.
Police!
Then the police
Open up!
came.
Stay
Then
calm,
the
let me
truth
handle
came.
this.
Dad,
Her
they're not
father had been
stopping.
arrested for financial misconduct. His company accused him of stealing project funds. They didn't care about sick wives or desperate daughters. They needed someone to blame, and he was perfect. Luna tried to explain. No one listened to a teenage girl. Her mother died shortly after, alone in a hospital bed Luna couldn't afford anymore. Luna dropped out of school anyway. She aged 10 years in 1 month. Letters came saying her father was sentenced to 9 years in prison. 9 years because of money she took. She wrote him letters that never got replies. She learned later he spent most of his sentence believing she hated him. When her father was released, Luna didn't know. She was too busy surviving. She worked jobs that crushed her pride and her back, cleaning offices at night, serving rude customers by day. She slept 4 hours if she was lucky. But something inside her refused to die. She went back to school years later, older than everyone, mocked quietly but unstoppable. She graduated top of her class. She built a small business from nothing, then another, then another. Every dollar she earned felt like repayment for a debt she could never clear. She never stopped thinking about her father, but shame kept her from searching. In her mind, she was the reason he lost everything. She told herself she didn't deserve forgiveness.
All right,
So she
everyone,
buried
let's dive
herself
into
in
the
work
data.
and
As you can
success,
see, the
hoping
projections are very
success would
positive.
drown the guilt. On the day of her biggest business launch, the room was full of applause and fake smiles. Investors praised her story without knowing the truth. Cameras flashed. Luna stood on stage talking about resilience while her chest burned. As she stepped down, a homeless man pushed through the crowd, shouting her name. Security
me!
grabbed
You're
him
coming with us!
immediately. People laughed nervously. Luna looked closer and froze. The man was thin, dirty, broken, but his eyes stopped her heart. Before security dragged him away, he dropped
Can't
a
be
folded
happening.
paper on the floor.
No, no, no.
Luna picked it up, confused, annoyed, embarrassed. She opened it later in her office. Her hands started shaking the same way they did years ago. The note was simple. It said, "The $15,000 you took was company money. I went to prison for 9 years because of it. I still love you, Dad." Luna couldn't breathe. The room spun. All the success, all the applause meant nothing anymore.
I know it's
She
hard,
ran outside
but we can't keep
barefoot,
avoiding it.
screaming his name. Security
Please,
tried to
someone!
stop her.
I need
She
help
shoved
then!
past them. The homeless man was sitting on the pavement, waiting to be chased away like trash. Luna fell to her knees in front of
Please,
him
Dad,
and cried
we have
like
to
she
talk
hadn't
about this.
cried in years.
I know it's hard,
She
but we can't
apologized
keep
over
avoiding
and
it.
over, words
I
tumbling
know this
out
is hard,
messy and
but you
broken.
need to hear the truth.
He didn't
What
yell,
is it?
he
It's
didn't
about
accuse,
us and why
he
I
just
had to
listened.
leave.
He told her he spent the money meant for his company on her mother's hospital bills, hoping to replace it before
Breaking
anyone
news,
noticed.
crisis escalates,
He
markets in
failed.
free fall.
His boss
Officials
framed
urge
him
calm as
fully,
containment fails.
used the situation to destroy him and promoted himself. Prison finished the job. Luna brought her father home that day. She cleaned him up, fed him, and listened to every painful detail she had avoided for years. Then she did something no one expected. She didn't just forgive him. She didn't just apologize. She investigated. She dug into old records, company reports, and legal files. The boss who jailed her father was now a respected executive. Luna exposed everything publicly: the false accusations, the missing funds, the cover-up. The man
Breaking
lost
news,
his
the
career
controversial new
overnight
policy has sparked
and was
widespread protests
prosecuted.
across the city. Officials are
Poetic
calling for
justice
calm, but tensions
arrived
are rising.
quietly. On the anniversary of her company, Luna announced a new CEO. It was her father. The room stood silent, then erupted. The man who lost 9 years because of his love got his dignity back, and Luna finally paid her debt, not with money, but with truth.